Hi everybody, this is Jamie here with Sweet Pickins. How's everyone tonight? So it's 9 o'clock West Coast time, and I decided to do a live tonight. I'm actually recreating the live I did earlier today. I did get some messages that you guys couldn't get on for some reason. I'm not sure if that was an Instagram issue. And there was a few of you who says, hey, the lives are so hard during the day because they work. So I'm going to go ahead and do a live tonight, and I'm going to kind of compromise, I think, on time, and it's trying to find East Coast and West Coast time that works in my schedule with the kids and all their sports and whatnot. So anyway, so I'm going to recreate what we did today on the live, and so follow along. It's a really simple, inexpensive, it actually is a free project, and it's just something for you or your daughter, even your son. It's something that the whole family can do, or you could do in a classroom. So anyway, so what we're going to do is I drink out of mugs all the time, and glasses, mason jars. Well, on all my tables, I have got rings on all my tables. It's terrible. So the other day, I picked up a plank of wood. It was actually this plank of wood. I already threw some paint on here. So it was this plank of wood, and I decided, hey, you're back. Nice to see you. So this is a plank of wood, and I just said, I need a coaster. I need something because I'm ruining all my tables. So I just quickly grabbed this, and I was like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make a coaster? This is huge. You don't really need a coaster this big. So anyway, I decided to just, you know, I just did some doodling, some drawing on there or whatever. And so I was like, and then I started writing. And so I thought, this would be a really cool, what's going on with my hair? Yikes. See it sticking up? Crazy. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so it was just a kind of a doodle project. So anyway, oh, paperwork, recess, paperwork. Okay, it all works. You're still doing schoolwork. Well, you're going to learn again because you were on the whole time last time. And I'm just redoing for anyone that's just joining. I'm redoing on the West Coast. So anyway, I just went ahead and got this plank for a coaster and started doodling. And then I got inspired saying, you know what? This is good. This is going to be good. Let's make an inspirational project out of this. So I'm going to do, this isn't going to take super long. I'm going to make a coaster with inspirational words on here. So let's get started. So you need any kind of wood. Go to the scrap pile, go to your neighbor's yard, go anywhere. I have this from a project from, I don't know, a couple months ago or something. I just had a whole bunch of pieces, random pieces. So anyway, and then I'm using, I like chalk paint. And I like chalk paint because it's forgivable, it covers, it's easy, it's matte, and it dries super duper fast. So anyway, here's 4 colors. These, normally I make my own chalk paint, but these I bought from Walmart. I think they're like $1.67. They're quick, they're easy, they're fun colors. These are just 4. I have actually most of the colors, but I only buy the matte colors. So I have celery, moss, crimson, and agave. Earlier I did, and I will show you this. This is what we did on the live earlier. And so I did stripes, and I did the crimson in the red. So I'm going to just make another one, and I'll probably put it on another table. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the moss and the celery. So this is chalk paint again from Walmart. It's Waverly, $1.67, really easy. I would normally make it, but for this case and purpose, I like to make big, huge batches and not small batches. So this one has not been used, so let me shake it. So make sure, that's one thing with chalk paint. Normally when I make my big batches, I stir with a paint stick. Make sure you definitely shake these, because if you don't, all the pigment actually goes to the top and it just sits. And it's fine. It actually turns out really cool, because one time I tried it just to see what it was going to do. The only downfall is it takes a lot of your pigment out, so it changes the color. So anyway, so we're going to do 2 colors here. And so we've got the Waverly, what did I say, moss and celery. Probably, I don't know if you can even see that. The lights are kind of deafening. So anyway, and then you need a paintbrush. And here's my arsenal that I've just been using the last few days. You can see they're all orange. The water's still orange. I have not changed the water. The water's all orange, but it's fine. Not a big deal. So what you're gonna want to do is you are gonna want to get any kind of paint, chalk paint. You can use apple barrel from Walmart. You could use acrylic. You could use chalk paint. I just prefer chalk paint because it's forgiving. It's quick, like I had said. You're gonna need a paintbrush, any colors that you would like. You're gonna need some Sharpies and a sanding block, a paper towel, anything to distress your piece. So I'm going to just use paper towel because I don't have my sanding block out. So it's fine. So it's really minimal. Sharpie, paint, go to the wood pile, find any kind of piece of wood. And if it already has paint on it, no big deal. Paint over it. You're going to want a paintbrush. And you can do, I have my yardstick because my kids apparently, somebody has stole my ruler. So I have this humongous yardstick that I used earlier for some lines, and I might do lines again today, or polka dots would be really fun. So there's lots of options. You can use the yardstick to make lines, you can make polka dots, you can make swirls. There's so many things that you can do with this. There's no right, there's no wrong. So, all right, let's get started. So see, you see this says paint on it, and actually this has doodling on it from earlier today. No big deal. So easy. So let's take the dark. Let's do the dark paint first. I just like to put a little bit out because you don't want a really wet brush. You want to use it more on the dry side. So you're going to want to use, if you want dimension and texture, use a dark and a light. If you don't care and you just want a color, anything. There's no right and wrong in this project. Okay, so I'm going to just cover this, and it's going to cover easy. It's going to cover well. And if it doesn't cover well, we're going to want that distressed look anyway. So this is a little more paint actually than what I normally would do. I just have a darker color on here. This is the agave actually that I had on here, which is really actually really pretty. So, and we'll wipe some of this off, and some of that agave will come through. So I'm just going to do the sides quickly. You're going to just want to do the sides. And listen, you have to do the backs. I'm guilty of this. I don't always paint the backs of things, but I'm getting better in my old age. I'm getting a little weird like that. It drives me crazy because I kind of feel like a project isn't complete. And my mom always taught me that. Make sure you paint the backs. It looks terrible. And I never would, but I guess when we get older, we start listening, right? We become our moms, and that's okay. I have a good mom, so it's okay. Okay, so the back, I'm gonna just throw a little bit of paint on here. So quickly, not a big deal. One swipe of paint, one little dip of paint is gonna do the back of this. So again, you don't need a lot of product. This bottle, for $1.67, you sure get a lot for your money, because I have used this already for so many projects, and it's probably a fourth gone. Okay, so you're gonna see how you can see, and you can actually see this is some of my orange coming through on my brush. Obviously, you know, if I was selling this, those little mistakes I would make sure didn't happen. But see, you can still see. So in that case, we're gonna just throw another quick coat on. You can kind of see it's shiny, so that means it is still a little wet. But I want to throw just a little bit heavier. Let's just cover that. Even though that's going to be the bottom, just cover it. So you can still see a tiny bit, but you can see how much more that covered. So just kind of quickly go over your sides. It's not super important, doesn't have to be exact. Okay. So the front, this is the front, and it is almost dry. I mean, it's coming off a tiny bit, but it's almost dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of the light paint, and I'm going to wipe it off on my paper here, and I'm just going to kind of go over it. See how I'm just kind of, just wherever. You got a harsh line here, you know, try to kind of blend that, but it really actually doesn't matter. You could do it on the sides if you want. So we're going to leave it just like that. So, and because you just do barely, you put anything, barely any paint on your brush, and so it's barely anything on there, and you just kind of go over it quickly like that, just so you have some dimension. So you can see the light and the dark, and you can see it's shiny still, so it's a tiny bit wet. The back is going to stay a little bit wet, just because I did a thicker coat on the back just to cover my Sharpie marker, because I did some harsh Sharpie marker today on it. So you can see I'm touching it and it's barely tacky. So make sure you always put your brush back in your water so it doesn't get ruined. I know that's something you probably already do, but I'm just kind of running that past you. Okay, you can use a sanding block, you can use a rag, a tea towel, you can use a paper towel, anything, doesn't really matter, an old shirt. Speaking of shirts, if you like my shirt I have on, it's been super popular. It is a flannel, it's a fall flannel, and it's double-sided. You can see this. I do have a few left, so if you're interested, they're $39, and you just have to comment below with your email and your size that you need. And if you're not comfortable putting your email down, I understand, you can email me, sweetpickensreno@aol.com. sweetpickensreno@aol.com. Just shoot me a message, but definitely tell me your size, because I want to make sure that I get your size, and I will do all those in order. But I do have this left. It's been super popular. I just have a gold tank underneath, but this is great, and it's got a little bit of ruffle right here. So definitely, if you like my flannel, comment below your size and your email, and I will get one set aside for you and get you over. I will respond back to you. Okay, so this is dry. You can, I mean, it's pretty much dry. Nothing on my finger. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a rag or a towel, paper towel, anything. You're going to go with the grain of the wood, and you're just going to rub. And this is going to give you a really distressed look. It's going to take some of the paint off, which you want, kind of like you would do on a sander. Okay. Let it dry just a tiny bit too much, but so you can see it distressing. It's just got that real distressed look. If you want it a little more distressed, you can take a sander. Actually, let me show you guys a trick that I have. Just hang on one second. Okay, so here I'm back. Sorry to jump out. So these, I love these. Actually, you can see where I used it. These are Scotch Brite. They're like pads. They're not SOS pads, but they're harsh like an SOS pad. I buy them at Walmart. I think it's like a 3-pack for like $2.47, and they're in sheets, big sheets like this, and I cut them. And so I use this as my sanding block a lot, because what it does is if I need to round out my corners or my sides or really smooth it down, then I would obviously use my Ryobi. But if I just want a little distressing, use this. And it says you can see that, Scotch Brite. And it was a long, and so I just cut them. That way I can get a lot of use out of them. And you can see where I distressed a pumpkin here, and it doesn't ruin it. That's not gonna transfer over. So you can take that, again, go with the grain, and then you can just go over it. It's kind of hard holding it. Just go with the grain, and it's gonna change the color. It's gonna bring a lot of the color from underneath through. It's just where you don't want it super distressed. Now, if you need the sand, definitely don't try this, because it's not gonna work if you have to sand out your wood at all. So you can actually see it totally changed the color. It has gone much lighter because you can see the agave coming through. So anyway, so what you're gonna wanna do is just wipe this off. So you get your distressing, go with the grain of the wood. So you just paint it. It's completely dry, front, back. It's completely dry. Easy project, free, remember, free. Okay, so what do you want to do? Do you want to do swirls? Do you want to do lines? Do you want to do polka dots? You can do anything. There's no right, there's no wrong. So I did this earlier with the lines, and I just filled this in, and I purposely did these just kind of a little different. So we're not really looking at the content here. We're really looking at, I just wanted something simple. So I think this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some swirls. So you're going to want to take your thick Sharpie and do that. So I just did that. That was just really quick. Again, no right, no wrong. Just kind of doing a little bit of arrows. Polka dots would be super cute on this, actually, too. Okay, so this is what I did. See how simple and quick that was? It's easy. So the key with this, though, is you don't want to just do, you want to make sure it's covered. Like this one, it tells a whole story. So if you turn it this way, you know, you'll see, in this way, you'll see. You don't want to just do like one side. I mean, I guess you could, but this just completes it, right? Okay, so the premise of this is inspiration, okay? So sometimes we speak down to ourselves. I have this joke that I always say, which isn't good, but I always say, good thing I'm chubby because I would have blown away on those windy days, right? So not really good. We probably shouldn't say those kind of things, and I try to be conscious not to say it around my daughter. We just want to speak positive and speak good at ourselves, especially in a world that we live in. It's just so negative and so toxic for whatever reason. I'm not just talking politics, I'm just talking in general. So we have to say positive things, speak positive things, put positive things in our life, put positive people in our life. So that's where this came from. And when I was sitting there doodling, I said you, and I just wrote you are. You are. You are. What are you? So this is what we're going to do first, and then I'm going to show you what's in my book. Okay? I want you to take your big Sharpie, because you're going to need a little Sharpie too. Okay? You're going to take your big Sharpie and you're going to write this big. You are. Okay, and you can, you know, you can go over this. You can add. I mean, you can add, so I just added kind of just a quick little, you may not show through the camera. I just kind of went over it with a gray. Okay, you are. What are you? So this is the hardest part. This is going to be the challenge for a lot of you, because a lot of you don't want to brag. You don't want to boast. You don't want to, you don't want to, you just don't want to brag, I think is really what I'm trying to say. So this is what I did. I sat down and I said, okay, what am I? I'm crazy, and I'm loud, and I'm chubby. But none of those are positive, so we can't write those down, okay? So I took my little trusty pad here, and I wrote down what I am. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you when you make this block, because you're going to use this and you're going to see it every day, so you have to put affirmations on here that are positive. So I'm going to tell you, I would like everybody to start out this block with you are, and the first word is beautiful, because everybody's beautiful, whether it's inside, outside. It does not matter if you're chubby or skinny or what color you are. Everybody is beautiful. Just like I say, everybody is creative. Everybody has that in them. Everyone is beauty. Everyone is full of beauty. Now, I will tell you, there are some ugly people out there because they do ugly things, but you know what? They're still beautiful. They just have made mistakes. So I'm going to tell you to write down beautiful. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl, you're going to write down beautiful. So you can write this randomly anywhere on here. I kind of did that here. You kind of can see where I just kind of filled it in with my words. So you can see these are totally different. So on this one, we're going to write beautiful. And I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this a little different than the last one. I'm actually gonna bullet point these. And again, you can see where I didn't do that on this one. This one I just randomly put. Okay, so you're gonna have to kind of think about this before you start your project, because you're just gonna sit here, or you could sit here and just really reflect on who you are. But it has to be positive. I don't necessarily think that you need to put down things that are positive unless that's what you want this to be. This is more self-reflection and more self-aware of who you are and what you're made of and what makes you full of grit and grace every day. So I wrote down I am, you are beautiful, you are happy, silly, kind, hopeful, a dreamer, full of love, I'm a mom. And the mom thing, that's a huge part of my life. I'm a mom of 3 and it's very important to me. And so I feel like being a mom defines me. That is one of the things in my life that defines me. And I will say I'm very proud to be a mom, and I'm very thankful to the Lord to be a mom. I'm inspiring, I'm a wanderer, I'm creative, compassionate, and hardworking. So these are things that I wrote down. You can write anything. Just remember, start with beautiful and just add to this. So while you're thinking about your list, I'm going to write some of my things on here so you can see a completed inspirational block. Okay, so you think about what you want to write down. Remember, it has to be positive. This would be really good to do with kids. Your kids. Be really great to do it like a birthday party. There's no right or wrong on this either. And I think like 10 things, you should shoot for like 10 different sayings, like, you know, that describe you is probably good. That's probably about what I have. Okay, so again, thank you. Okay, no right or wrong. So I wrote mine on here. And you know, there's room to add. If I think of something, you can add. So again, it's all about inspirational. It's an inspirational block. Who are you? What are you? What makes you you? Stay positive. Start out with you are beautiful, and then add down that. Probably like 10. So these are the 2 that I've made. I have 2 work tables here up in the creative loft, and I will put 1 on each. So, you know, and if I decide I want to change it, I'll just paint over these and start again. But what a cool idea to inspire the people around you, the women around you, the kids around you. We have to speak better about ourselves. I tell my kids and I tell people all the time, when we know better, we do better. So when we speak about ourselves kindly, we treat ourselves kindly, we give ourselves grace, which that's something that I'm definitely working on. When we give ourselves an area in our home and a space to be amongst what makes us happy, or around people that make us happy, and words that make us happy or make us feel good and positive, I feel like you're getting yourself ready for the world. And I think it's really important to have these positive things. That's why if you were to come to my house, you would see all these affirmations all over. It's really important to me because I want my kids to leave this home knowing they're loved and knowing they're worth everything. They're worth it. You know, it's just those little inspirational words. So anyway, again, definitely good for kids in school. It's such an easy, simple. You probably could get somebody to donate the wood, or just ask somebody, hey, do you have a wood pile we can come? The only thing with these is because you're writing on them, you definitely have to have them smooth. So you can't really use really rough wood, but you know, wood's not very expensive. And I'm sure that, you know, you can ask someone, hey, you have some wood or whatnot. Great project for kids. We have to inspire our kids, and we have to teach them to love themselves. So anyway, this is my little project, not necessarily for kids, it's for everyone. This is how it started, just sitting in my creative loft needing a coaster. So these are going to be my coasters. They're thick wood. They're going to be great. So anyway, again, if you like my flannel, I do have a few of these left. You can comment below. They're $39. Comment below with your email and your size, and I will get them set aside for you. Also, I have a few of these mugs left. These have been so incredibly popular. This is my mug that I'm not sharing. It's really cool. It says, thankful. It looks like a Ray Dunn. It's not, but it looks like a Ray Dunn. It's orange inside, and it comes with this orange spoon for like hot chocolate, cider, anything. How cute is this? So this is mine, but I do have a few of these for sale. They're $12. The only thing is I will not ship these. Unfortunately, the USPS is not the greatest when it comes to shipping. So these are local pickup only. So if you're interested in these, they're $12 each, and you can comment below with your email, and I can send you an invoice and set one aside for you. I do have a few left. I have lots of orders, so I have to go through them and see how many exactly I have left, but they're $12 again. My shirt's $39. I have all sizes right now, all the way up to small to 2X. They are double-sided too. You can see they're double-sided. So definitely connect, you know, through email if you have any questions, concerns, you want to see something else. I absolutely would love to teach you and help you. I'm here in Reno, Nevada, so I'm going to be coming back live tomorrow because I told you guys I'd be doing lives every Friday. Tomorrow we're doing a fall project. Yay. Really cool project tomorrow. I have lots of fall things, so I'm going to have to triple up or double up during the week because I want to teach you guys so many things before my Halloween starts. So I will be coming live tomorrow. I was doing late morning, but I'm finding that that's okay for my East Coast followers, but not my West Coast because they're at work and they have to have it muted. And so I think that's been a little bit of a challenge. So I'm going to head to the balloon races in the morning. I'm going to do an Instagram live from there, praying that the reception is good. But I'm going to do an Instagram live there. It's going to be fantastic. I'm going to go take photographs and just take it in. What a magical, magical event here in Reno. So if you guys have never been, it's just hands down breathtaking, and it's just soul-filling. Sounds a little weird, but it's phenomenal. So anyway, definitely that's tomorrow. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday coming up here in Reno. Starts really early, so I'm going to probably leave my house at 3 a.m. To get down there to take Dawn Patrol photographs and share those with you guys tomorrow. And then I'm going to do a live. And then tomorrow, I think I'm going to do a live late afternoon, early evening. I'm going to try to work it around your supper, my supper. I don't think we have any kids events. So definitely I'm still going to stay on Fridays. I'm just trying to accommodate everybody on all these DIYs. I want everyone to be able to participate with the DIYs. And I know the viewership this morning, it's hit or miss. So even tonight, it's not huge, but it is, I just want to connect with as many people. So I do have a YouTube channel. Everything is being put on there. So I'm hoping it should be on there all tonight. It's been in the process. So I'm on YouTube as Sweet Pickins Reno. If you have any questions, concerns, comments, something you want to learn, something I can do for you, sweetpickinsreno@aol.com. And if not, I'm going to see you on Instagram, and I'm going to see you on Facebook. Again, my shirt is available for $39. Go ahead and comment below with emails and size. And I do have a few of these super cute fall mugs left. And tomorrow's live is a fall project. So I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on and learning this simple, inexpensive, practically free, inspirational coaster made out of wood. Just something simple, thinking outside of the box. Just inspiring and making all of us better. So again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys all tomorrow. All right, thank you so much. Again, this is Jamie Dent with Sweet Pickins here in Reno, Nevada.